You gotta work on your sound effects, machine. Machine
you
says,
definitely do. Listen, Elville, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna fully introduce you yet. They know that you're there though. Elville, man, is
I need a wall.
Elville is a podcast, a project.
The right guy.
I've been thinking about for quite some time. It's essentially for leaders, losers, and late bloomers, and it was fully inspired from the day I lost my job that I have yet to recover from. But I thought in beginning this journey of Elville, who best to have than the one and only J Dukes. What's good,
man.
dog?
Appreciate you, brother.
J Dukes.
Yes, sir. How y'all feel?
Bruh, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah,
happy
man.
to be here.
But I don't like that you said you didn't fully recover from because you're still here. Like, not recovering is like not being
financially.
Okay, understandable.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Nigga
Right.
is paralyzed.
I said paralyzed.
Nah, we
Rolling.
was hurting. We was hurting.
Nah, man, you making it happen, bruh. You making
That's
it
why I
happen.
said, like,
Yeah.
losing something help you to understand, like, what you do have, like, for real.
Definitely.
So, like, losing this, you done already jumped out and making your own thing happen.
It
so.
pushed me. It pushed me to attack everything that I actually want to go for and everything I care about, and made me reassess like where my gifts truly are.
And
Right.
you don't have no excuses, and you got more time, right? That's something I posted the other day. Is that when we get so caught up in trying to make ourselves busy, then that gives us an excuse and feel like we're doing something, right?
Yep.
But it's not really what you want to do.
Nope.
But you go, well, I'm going to work every day, or I'm handling the business every day, right? But you really want to write scripts, you really want to act in movies, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But because you got something going consistently, you're content with having something going versus going for what you really want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
Because that feeling never leave you. Like,
Yeah.
It don't.
no matter what life throw us in terms of making sure everything taken care of financially,
Yeah.
your passion never leaves you.
It
dog.
still be in your heart. You be
Look,
like,
look.
you wake up and be like, man, I really want to be on that TV.
Right.
It was late 2019 when I told the world I'm retiring. Right. I'm gonna focus on being a good family.
I saw
man
that and I called you immediately.
and stabilizing.
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But
I got to, dog. I got to, dog.
But listen,
All right.
I knew like, all right, this firefighting shit ain't for me long haul, because we'd be in the middle of a call and I'm watching somebody like having overdose, white guy, his body is turning silver, and I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, how can I say this on stage?
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? And that's why I was like, yeah, I'm going back.
No, super normal. It's
sure.
Asheem like, oh, that's fucked up. But to comedians, oh, that's normal. That's
Very
like,
I get it.
oh, for sure.
Very normal.
I
Bro,
think, dog, you were numb at that point in your profession, though, because that's you got to think to be checked out while somebody turning silver, and you think about a joke like your job is pretty much normal.
But that
to you.
happens all the time.
Yeah.
Though. Like somebody else said that. I think it might have been like on Clubhouse or something today. Was just like, why do comedians think everything is funny? That's not the case. It is trying to find the humor in every situation.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Right.
Dog, that's not. I like that.
I didn't come up with it though. Whoever the person on Clubhouse,
Yeah.
they said it, and I don't want to get in trouble.
No.
and I don't want nobody
Fuck 'em.
coming for me. So.
No, but that is true. We try to find the funny.
Because a lot of stuff don't be funny, but you just like, bro, I have to laugh about this or I'm gonna cry.
Facts.
I remember when Black Lives Matter was at its highest, right? And I called a comedian that I hold dear as like one of the elder statesmen, and I said, "Yo, what are we supposed to do right now?" Because I'm like, I can't laugh at that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing people die. I'm seeing little kids getting maced. There's nothing funny about that shit to me. So I was like, what do we do right now? He said, we just wait. For real, we just wait. And when the time is right, that's when we'll be able to.
But you told me this too, though. You said that it's our responsibility to make people laugh because everybody's going. And I remember we had a conversation that time because everybody's going through it right now. We're all feeling it. We all understand what's going on. But it's like to bring that lightheartedness to any situation is the toughest job, but it's also our responsibility.
All right.
That's what you told me. He like he don't remember. He's looking like, yeah, bro. Okay.
I probably said it after that conversation. For real.
Nah, for sure.
That's dope. I'm trying to remember when or where we first met. I don't remember.
I don't, brother.
Okay.
Atlanta takes you fast like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
really
it's
don't.
a lot of faces that you remember in the pursuit of your passion, your goals or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, like time passed you and like, damn, where did we meet? Like,
'Cause
dog, where did we meet?
Dog, that's the thing. Like, I know we met with I don't know. No, I can't remember.
So
I can remember the first time we really had an interaction though was in Tennessee when we did that show.
Right.
So I remember that, but I don't know when we met.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, and then even with me and you, it wasn't like on no brush stuff because it wasn't no what up, but it wasn't. I don't think it was stand up either. I think we met and it was like I think we met through Rodney.
Really?
Because I think Rodney was on some like, that's your bro, right? To me, and I was like, really? And then I think we just kind of like started vibing, started talking. But that's through Rodney is when I can first remember of making the connection.
Okay. You a better memory than me.
Because I don't know.
For the listening audience, all three of us are Qs. We're members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And
Yes.
there's one thing that I've said from the start of my career, that I was gonna make it off the strength of the bros. I just always had that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And if I recall some of the most pivotal moments in my career thus far, it's been because of a Q.
There it is.
You know what I mean? Like ending up in places I'm technically not supposed to be.
I'll give you one better, right? Rodney Perry, I got to hang out with him the other day. We did like a sketch, and we just like did some other sketches and got up with some people. But he was asking me what was my reason of being a bruz, right? And he was like, "Well, they like cool on campus and stuff," and I was like, "No." I was like, they actually were not cool on campus. And we had to come into it and make it cool for our, particular campus in my perspective. Y'all can disagree with me when y'all see this. But
y'all gonna have his profiles on his head.
Brother, listen, brother. No. What I'm saying, at the time when I was on campus, the alphas were running the yard.
Okay.
I'm being honest about that.
Ooh, that looks.
I put it down. But that's what I'm saying. I'm being honest about that. So when we came, we wasn't aggressive. We wasn't on nobody's head like that. We was just cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was just like vibing, and everybody rock with us. Spring away, everybody really rock with us, right? But I say that to say, when I really thought about my reason of being the bruz, it was because when I look back on, like, my dad wasn't really there like that, right? But I look back on the men who actually helped me be a man, they happen to be the bruz, right? Every man that's really impactful in my life, my mentor, like, little league coaches, and it wasn't a recruiting type situation. It wasn't no big brother, big sister, you know what I'm saying, type program.
Yeah.
It was just, you're going down a bad path. I want to help you.
Right.
And every person that had that conversation with me and actually stuck around happened to be the bruz.
Yep. I mean, bros are very visible, like, in the community, in a sense, like, just from an inspirational standpoint or a position of leadership. Bros are active all over. So for me, outside of having it, within my household growing up, I was, always around, like, bruh stuff. Like, I've seen bros in the community. I've seen bros on the college campus. I've seen bros in prominent positions. So for me, bro, it's just like, it's just the lingo, what you identify with. Like, for real.
And before I have to wreck my whole chapter, let's make this clear, right? 05 was the shit, right? 06 needed some help, right? And so it's listen, bro. 06 needed some help, bro. Yeah. Like, from a popularity, from a we're taking over the yard type situation. It is what it is. Like, I could tell them that my pro fight is 06, right? I mean, I didn't mean that. My pro fight's 06 and my DP 06, right? So I got love. Like, I got love for them, and they know what it is, right? But
08, right?
08, right? So
12.
Okay.
12.
I'm 9.
This boy hella young, right? but it was 2 years that they was waiting on the bruz. And 05 ran the yard. Nobody could tell them nothing, but they was kind of aging out.
Yeah.
Right. So when it was time for us to pledge, it was like needing
energy,
a fresh energy.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Love y'all, but that's what it is.
Bro, you gonna get calls, dog.
Oh, it's okay, brother.
It's all good.
Who gonna see this?
Wow.
I mean, it's the first one. It's the first one.
First shot at Lville. First shot at Lville right there. Who gonna see this?
Nah, but that's what's gonna make the marketing go harder. Oh, somebody gonna see it. Oh, somebody gonna see it.
Tijuana Jackson, man. Have you seen that movie?
Right.
I like that movie. I like it, bro. I like it a lot, bro.
Shit is so cool,
it was
man.
good. It was
So Tijuana Jackson is a movie by Romany Malco Jr.
Okay.
Right. He was in
Think Like a Man. Think Like a Man too.
The bald headed guy.
Yeah.
He was
I
in
know
40-Year-Old
exactly
Virgin when he had that moment with Kevin
Right.
Hart. So he's been doing this character called Tijuana Jackson on YouTube for
He a
like the
hood
last 12
motivational
years.
speaker.
Yeah, real nigga life coach. Is what
Oh, real nigga life coach. Yeah.
But basically, he built such a cool niche following with that film. I mean, with that character that he decided to develop it into a film. Matter of fact, his audience said, "You need to make this a film."
Yeah.
So he started to
I liked it. It was fun.
crowdfund, and eventually he got the right people, the right hands on it, and got it out. But the way that he's been promoting, that shit is just that shit is just fucking inspiring. It's one of those if nobody else is gonna go for me, like I'm gonna go hard for myself. He's a one-man team. He built, I think, like 250,000 somewhere around there.
If 2020 didn't teach you anything, it taught you that.
Oh, it taught you how to hustle.
Yeah,
Like for real.
did
Dog,
talk
what did 2020 teach you? Like
What did 2020 teach me? 2020 taught me of how to be a adult functioning in society. Because I don't think it taught me how to grow up, right? Because I don't think I grew up yet. I think that the life that we live, especially with doing college shows and college tours, coming straight out of college, it was just a natural progression, right? So I was like, yeah, I can do this forever because I make good money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make good money doing it, get to travel, get to not really, like, I can have pockets and I can be broke around Christmas time and I ain't got to buy nobody nothing. And then I can be broke in the summertime and you know what I'm saying? They have to understand because I do colleges, right? So I didn't have responsibility and still no wife, no children. Got a lady now, right?
Oh yeah. Big ups.
Yeah, thank
Big
you, brother.
ups.
Thank you, brother.
Dog,
You know what I'm
dog
saying?
came a long
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we got here, right? But
Shout out to the queens.
But yeah, man, but it taught me how to grow up because I'm like, okay, if I can't go on the road, what can I do to bring in income? Because one thing it was, like, even though my lady didn't tell me you're going to have to go get a job, she did say, you're not going to sit here and do nothing. And
she
I was
said that, like,
oh, for sure.
wow.
Oh, for sure. Right.
But that's needed though,
That's
dog.
because you know, and I think that her delivery and her compassion for what I got going on shine through because I would have fought back if she would have said, yo, you need to go get a job.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, I'm Jay Dukes. I ain't got to go get no job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. I've been like, bruh, when I actually decided to go get a job, when I look back at it, I cried, bro, when I was like gonna clock in to do this. No, I cried.
Bro, I understand,
Bruh,
dog.
I cried, got clock in to do this work from home customer service job. And when I started training, because this was last year, I haven't had a job since 2013.
Wow.
Nigga, that is 7 years
Yes, sir.
of not having a job. And even though like it been the ups and downs and the inconsistency, I was happy with the inconsistency because it was me creating my own destiny.
Right.
Nobody had to tell me nothing. I was happy with the downs. Even though they might have been like really, really down. Like I'm talking about downs of like, bruh, like looking at, like staring at the ceiling, like I don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know suicide stuff. I don't think I'd be dumb enough to commit suicide. Or well, not say dumb enough. I don't think it got to the point to where I personally was going to commit suicide, but it was just, why am I here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just felt that bad. You know what I mean? And so, but I was cool with that because if I was going to be down for 3 weeks, I was going to be up for 5 months.
Yeah.
Like up. You know what I'm saying?
It's just getting through that.
It was getting through that, right? And so now, in my mind, I'm like, bro, this just feels like another Christmas break.
Right.
Right? It's going to, like, ain't no way they about to shut the world down. Like, bro, I'm chilling for these 2 weeks. Okay, cool. Ain't no money coming in right now. She got bread. She ain't really tripping. She ain't on my head about giving her nothing. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just chill. And then it get 2.5 weeks. Then it get 3 weeks. And then they said no more NBA. They say, and I'm like, oh shit. If they say no more NBA, that mean they really mean no more large gatherings.
Yes,
and
sir.
For Ox Court Wars, we were doing 1,500 to 2,500 students every time we went out.
Right.
So as soon as they said no more large gatherings, it wasn't no two ways about it. They talking about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like when they go down, they list and say, yo, y'all can't do no more large gatherings. Ox Court Wars is coming off that list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's talk about Ox Court Wars.
Wait, well, I got to tell you this, though. So instead of her saying, yo, like having connections, like work, like high in her company and everything to be like, yo, I can make one call and I can get you some whatever. She was like, look, I'm not going to tell you where to work or what to do, but you got to figure it out.
Wow.
You got to be man enough to figure it out.
And a point to that, dog.
And I was like, okay, I respect it.
A point to what he's saying. That's right there showing me that that's a healthy relationship.
Yeah. Man.
Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Man.
And so many people, like, things that bother them, they have a way of delivering it where it's ugly. As opposed to saying it straightforward with love.
Yeah.
Dog,
so look at what that did, dog.
Dog, she said it straightforward with love. I promise if she would have been like, yo, there is a job fair next week for my company, and you need to get your application, and I'll go take you myself. I mean, you ain't about to tell me what to do.
That's ego.
You ain't about to
that's ego.
It's all ego, and that's her even helping in that sense. But for an entertainer, for an entrepreneur, for us,
right?
I wouldn't have accepted that more than, yo, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but. She said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up. She said, I'm not going to tell you where to work or what to do, but you're not going to do nothing. I was like, okay, cool. I have to respect that.
Can't do shit but respect that. Asheen was asking about Ox Court Wars. Could you explain to the people what that is?
I love your hoodie, brother. I appreciate you.
That's a big shout out, dog.
I'm saying it
I'm going to be real with you. Hearing Dog speak about this and seeing you wear it, like, knowing where it started, seeing it going like this.
I remember the phone call. Hey man, I got this idea. I'm doing. It's a little call. It's the game.
Yes.
You put your songs together, but to see it go from just him playing around with some IG live and all that to my nigga is on a tour. Nigga got a team.
Talk about manifestation right there.
So explain to us what Ox Court Wars is and the progression that it's taken.
All right, cool. You're not gonna get through all of your questions in an hour. I'm
just
gonna tell you.
We good money.
Okay,
we good money.
Okay. I'm here. So, but anyway, so Ox Court Wars, it is a musical game show, right? So it puts you in the mind of an old school DJ competition. But the audience gets to compete, right? So we'll take members from the audience to compete, to be the contestants, right? So the audience might give us a random genre like 90s R&B, right? And if I'm playing against you, you play 90s R&B song, I'll play one, you play one, I'll play one. Whoever wins, we give them cash prizes, right? So that's from a city concept, right? If we take it like just somewhere in Atlanta, whatever. But when we go to colleges, we got special guests that come out and play against the students and all of that, right? So we've had a lot of social media influencers come rock with us, like some of the biggest that you know of right now, right? So shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that they came and rock with us. Yeah, man. So it's doing really, really well. We do about 6 games in a hour and 30, 2 hour show. It's a total experience. Like, I host it. We got 2 DJs when we go out live, and then we just kind of keep the party going, keep them rocking. But it's really everybody loves music, right? So once we get it going, man, like, we can just go from all genres, and it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating to me that even if these students were born in 2000 or 2001, they still know bangers from 1998.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. So it's just a testament of giving people their flowers while they living, right? Yeah. And honoring all of those songs and hits that will live forever.
Yeah.
Like,
and
truly
employing people at the same time.
Man, exactly. I think that's the I think that's the greatest pleasure from it. Like, cause and we had this conversation before.
Right.
Like, I'm totally fine with getting to a Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart level, but I don't want to work for the rest of my life, right? The only reason that I want to get there is so that I can help other people.
Right.
Right. So I think that you have more influence when you actually get to a level that people can look up and say, yo, how did you do that? Right. Yeah. I don't think I want to stay there. I think I want to be like on a beach somewhere or an island somewhere and making calls and making sure everything is okay. But I still want to get there to be like, yo, I have enough experience to help you get to where you want to go as well. Right.
I think, my bad. I'm going to be real brief. But 50, I was reading 50's book. What's his name?
50 Laws of Power? 48 Laws of Power.
Hustle hard and smart.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But he was saying you never really make it. And hearing that, you know, when you think about like everybody's trying to chase something to make it. Mm-hmm. But when you think about it, your work is never done. It's always going.
It's the legacy that you leave behind, right? So I definitely want my legacy to be, you know, Jay Dukes helped so many people, right? And so we employ people now. We got a team of 7, right? That come with us to help make the event happen. So yeah, man. And even now we have a virtual platform. Because 2020, like I say, it stopped the large gatherings. And so that was a little bit difficult for us. And I will give all credit to God because once they said no more large gatherings, we wasn't even reaching out to schools no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't reach out to schools no more. It was like we're just going to have to wait till 2024 when we can get back on the road and just recreate, you know, an Ox Court Wars platform. Schools reached out to us and was like, yo, our students are going to revolt. We have to do something for them. Do y'all have a virtual platform? We didn't. We said yes. And we figured it out.
I like
you know what I'm saying? And we still end up doing like 20 plus shows for like the fall semester.
I like that.
So we end up, you know, making probably about 75% of what we would have made when we was like really, really heavy on the road. When you look at expenses and planes and hotels and all of that, because we end up doing a whole tour out of the living room. So it definitely was a blessing. It let us know that we do have something and we have the ability to, you know, create, recreate, and restructure and pivot and still, you know, have a winning formula. So, yeah, man, amazing.
With being that Ox Court Wars was your brainchild, right? That was your baby. So it's obvious you're in the leadership position when it comes to that brand, right? I would assume you're the number one person. Most decisions are made through you. Okay, yeah, you got to see.
Come on, man, get that man his flowers.
That's what I'm saying. He's trying to be modest, but with that, as a leader of a team, what has been some of your biggest struggles, but also your happiest moments with your team?
Okay, let me leave names out so I don't disrespect nobody. Okay, the biggest struggle has been trying to make people move how I move. Yeah. Right? Because when it comes to getting my feelings hurt, I can say whatever I want to say. Right? Like as niggas, you're not gonna see that my feelings are hurt. Right? I'll go to my lady and maybe cry on her shoulder and like, you know what I'm saying, and we can have a moment, be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But when it comes to like niggas and that who actually pledged and who know that I don't give a fuck, get it done, right? We understand that, right? Us three understand that, right? And I thought that was the common denominator amongst all men, right? Happened to be, it's not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Men not
so I'm on some like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, get it done. And it's like, you ain't got to talk to me like that.
Right. But you shouldn't have to.
What?
You shouldn't have to, though.
Like, I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't, right? But it came down to a respect factor, and it's like, okay, do I keep bumping heads with people, ego tripping, right? Because at the end of the day, it's me ego tripping, because I'm like, I said what I said, get it done, right? And then I end up going back and doing it anyway, so it felt like a group project. Then everybody had their little chapter to do, and now they dropping the ball, and I'm like, I still got to get an A, so I have to do the whole group project and just put their name on it. I was doing double work.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But it was all about the approach and how I was coming at people. And so I was stressing myself more trying to get people to think like me versus understanding how they work.
Okay.
So that was a major challenge, right? And I also had to stop being so understanding, right? So that sounds
explain it.
That sounds really contradictory, right? But I had to stop being so understanding because I was trying to let me see what's my
make excuses for the people that were working for you.
Not necessarily make excuses for the people that were working for me or working with me, but it was a situation of like, I got you, I'm gonna handle it. I got you, I'm gonna handle it. Right?
Too much on
and,
yourself.
And it was put into. I'm searching for something right now. It was putting too much on myself, but it was also like being too understanding of like that's just how they are, right? And so what I had to start doing, I had to start putting people where they're supposed to be, right? And biggest example, like my business partner, great guy, right? But he's a leader. And he's not a follower. So I was coming at him as a follower on some Scottie Pippen. I'm Michael, you Scottie. Here you go. Like, I need you to handle that, right? And if I'm throwing him the ball, he throwing it back to me. Like, nah, you dunk it. Bruh, I would have shot the three if I wanted to. But I gave you the ball for you to do it so that you can learn. And I'm saying, so it was a disconnect there. But what happens is, I saw early on that you're not a follower. You need somebody to work under you because you feel like I'm coming at your neck and I'm not. Yeah. I'm just saying it's a lot that I'm handling. So if I can give you this, it makes it easier.
Right.
Right. But he was telling me, I got you, Dukes. I got it. I got you, Dukes. I got it. So I was being understanding because that's my homie. That's my friend. That's my brother. That's my business partner. You tell me you got it. I'm going to give you time to get it. Yeah. But after a year and a half, you ain't got it. Right. So I have to stop being so understanding. Nigga, you got to get an assistant or somebody to work under you. And as soon as that happened, everything was smooth. And but I was understanding for a year and a half, and we kept bumping heads, ready to like fight each other. Like in your face, I'm in your face, you in my face. Like, I was on the training for work. And like we had to turn our cameras on for Zoom. So I turned my camera off and it was gonna be a situation until the lady from work said, Jamal, if you're not here, you have to start the program over. Please turn your camera on. And I was like, like it was, but it was me being understanding of like, he a man, he told me he got it. I'm respected, he got it, right? But as a leader, you have to look at different, formulas and different puzzle pieces. And if that piece is not fitting, I identify early, Brandon. Like I was like, bro, you're not a follower. Yeah. You need people that look up to you so that you feel like that you're getting stuff accomplished. And that's fine. Yeah. But don't tell me something and I notice that you're not doing it. Yeah. And you're telling me, give me more time. One thing the Kedar told me is fire fast, hire slow, which was a gem for me. Okay, I can see that. Because you got people, and if they don't mesh well, get them out of there. Let's get some. But when you're trying to build a team and when you're trying to work with different people, it's like, bro, like I respected them so much as my brother, as my friend, and I'm like, instead of me just saying, yo, I'm not gonna work with you no more. Let's see what's going on, right? You feel like that I'm talking down or coming at your neck. And if it feels like that, then I apologize. Number one, right? Number two, get somebody to work under you. And in that way, you can, if you want to, you can pass the ball too. And now you feel like you bossed up on somebody. Great.
I think that's a dope assessment on your part to be able to see that early on. You gave it a shot, but then to say, all right, just get somebody up under you and boom, everything.
And we work together great now.
Work together. Yeah. That's the key factor. Like, people should be able to have those, spats and still get over it and progress and move forward with anything. So.
And we work together great now, right? Yeah. And his view of it might be a little bit differently, but he's not here. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this.
2 sides to every story.
3.
I think
Definitely 3.
with VILLE, we definitely want to discuss leadership, which we just did, but I also want to know about some of your losses. All right, so I'm gonna ask you, what is the most embarrassing L that you've ever taken?
Give me your time limit, bro, because I'll be running long on my answers.
5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That you're comfortable talking about.
It ain't 5. It ain't got to be 5. I ran into. Sheem knows this, and I already put it on the story, so that's fine.
Right.
I ran into Steve. I'm tripping. I ran into Ricky Smiley twice. Right, first time he almost kicked me in my throat because I ran up on him in the airport.
Not the thing to do.
Yeah, and I was and I was trying to get his attention, but he was like walking fast. He wasn't on the phone. He was acting like he was on the phone, just walking, like just. And I was like, dog. He wasn't. I promise he wasn't on the phone. This shit was not lit up. I was like, dog. I was like, yo, can I get a pic? And like, so he didn't hear me when I said dog. He didn't hear me when I said excuse me, Mister. I said Mr. Ricky Smiley. Like I'm waving like little signs and everything. As soon as I said, yo, can I get a picture? He turned around and he snapped. He was like, can I get a picture?
Yeah, that
how rude you gotta be? And like he snapped over me. I respect it because I know a lot of people coming at him. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. You know, when you get to a certain point, it's like, bro, you gotta approach it the right way. And I tried. He just didn't hit the right way. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And so,
but I think for somebody like that doesn't come from that world, they wouldn't understand why Ricky would be mad in the first place. You get what I'm saying?
Oh no, so, and being that I've had a little piece of that and striving to be in that world, I completely understand it. Right. I'm like, okay, you know what, my bad, right?
I still struggle with understanding it. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
But I got to finish the story, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So I ran up on that time and I was like, yo, I was like, can I get a picture? But I was like, I really don't. It was like, all right, let's go over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk with it. I was like, I really don't want a picture. I really want to work with you, right? I just had to get your attention. And he was like, keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Right. And I ran up on him again, and then he was like, you want a picture? And I was like, no. I was like, I want to work with you, right? And he gave me an opportunity to get on stage. He promised me 2 shows, and I did. I was so nervous.
Oh, my God.
The first time I did, the first show that I did, I was so nervous. I just wasn't myself, like at all, right? And this was in Greenville, North. This is the show that I remember that I bombed. And if you ask me what the lesson was, I don't even know if I know the lesson yet. But I bombed so bad because I was not myself. And on top of this, it was in Greenville, North Carolina. And I don't know if Ricky see this or not, but I don't even think he know. But it was like a bunch of local like promoters that promoted the event, and local comedians. Like it was like a bringer show, right? The show was packed out anyway, but to get on stage you had to bring X amount of people. So they had it like packed with locals, right? And so it was basically 2 parts of the show, which Ricky never does, right? Like here's the thing, like I don't think Ricky know, right? It ended up being like 4 to 5 local headliners that was killing before the show even started, right? Before Ricky's show even started. And I'm still not a headliner to this day, but I definitely had a strong 14 minutes, and I was supposed to do a 15-minute set, right? Okay. Had a strong 14, right? So I was going to try to flood, and when you have 14 on paper, it really ended up being 12. Right. I was going to give them what I had and just walk off, right? But they end up letting all these headlines go up before me. They killing.
The energy, the crowd.
Energies, boom, 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 right? Yeah. And then Big Sean come on and he hosted. He do another. So all the local joints, they probably did about 35, 40. Yeah. Before we even get into Ricky part of the show, right? And then so Sean come up. Sean do another 25. Sean introduced me. I decide to come on the stage smooth. Like walking on stage. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Oh my God.
Get him out of here.
The crowd who energy is already here.
Is on 1,000. And I walk on. I got on slacks. Ricky make you dress nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I walk on. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Ladies.
Who's this guy, right? Right? And so I'm so nervous. I'm trying to tell my jokes or whatever. I did learn something. I learned acoustics of a room because it was in a ballroom. I didn't realize that you have to wait on the laughs to get to the people and for them to come back to you. So when I was talking so fast and like just running over my words and not taking breaks that they couldn't even hear me. So it was like the sound was like bouncing, right? Yeah. And so that I wasn't giving them enough time to process. Yeah. And so a lady yelled from the back, "Fix your mic." Right? No lie. Was wrong no lie. No, but here's the thing. I also learned, so I did learn something. I also learned that when you're on stage, everything should be funny or attempt to be funny, right? I was so concerned. This was my first show with Ricky Smiley. That when she was like, "Fix your mic," right? I went over to the sound man.
Oh my God!
No lie. I
shook him up,
bruh. I ain't trying to make a joke. I ain't trying to make a joke with it. I ain't trying to be like, "Man, what kind of mics y'all got these from Toys R Us?" Nothing, bruh. I went over to the left to the sound man and was like, "They said fix my mic." All right, so what I was saying, I was driving down the other day, and it went downhill, bro. It was so bad that Rita B.
Oh my God.
You know she's
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Open for Ricky, right? It got so bad that the producer of the show was telling Rita to get ready. And Rita was on the side, stretching like a she was stretching like a second string quarterback. Like she was
go get him, get him out of here.
She was like, I'm ready. Like, bro, I'm telling my jokes on stage, God. And from the side, of my peripheral, I can see her going, I'm ready.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh God. So
shout out Rita, man.
Shout out Rita. Funny. Save the show, right? So I'm thinking at the time, man, they just all laughed out, bro. They done put up too many niggas. They all laugh. Ricky gonna have a hard time. Yeah. Soon as Rita get on stage, I'm like, oh, they done found some laughter. They done found some laughter, huh? I ain't know they was ready. I ain't know they wanted to laugh no more.
We can look at that, dog, and say you could have ended comedy that night. Some people don't make it.
I probably did. I'm not gonna lie. I do more hosting.
Oh,
so would you? Because I'm gonna give you my opinion after you answer.
But wait, I did another show for Ricky though, and I came out and like started hopping and like just like really brought the energy, and that ended up going way better.
When in doubt, just be out.
When in doubt, just be out, bro. That ended up going way better, and I was just like, yeah, bro, I just gotta be myself.
Yep.
Because I tried to go up there and like really be something that I wasn't, and it ain't work for me at all.
Would you consider yourself a stand-up comedian?
Would I consider myself a stand-up comedian? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, right? The reason I shied away from that term for the longest was because I would always say comedic host, right? Only because it's not a lot of niggas better than me when it comes to hosting, right?
This is true.
Live event hosting, like, and here's the thing. When you got comedians that just do a headliner spot do a headliner set in a host spot, that's different, right? Yeah. You got niggas, you know what I'm saying, that been doing comedy for 15, 20 years, and they know how to just, break up their jokes or whatever and just put it in a hosted spot, come back out, whatever. But when it comes to hosting, live event hosting, like, I don't dance, I don't sing, but it ain't a lot of niggas fuck with me just because off of the top, and I can just, keep the audience engaged because I understand that it's not about me. It's about making sure they have a good time, right? Boom, right? But so I said comedic host for a long time because I believe that I'm at the top tier of that craft, right? I shied away. And it's not it's facts. You know what I'm saying? And I shied away from comedian because I'm funny, but it's a lot of niggas that's hilarious, right? And I felt like I don't want to disrespect them niggas that's out here really like killing it and doing their thing. So should I call myself a comedian? But I found out that when you start owning up to your skills, your talents, then you got to step up to the plate, right? And so I feel like that I was mediocre in stand-up for a long time because I never said stand-up comedian, right? So now, definitely a host, definitely a comedian. definitely an actor, right? And you got to start speaking those things so that it comes to fruition.
Manifestation.
I was talking with somebody about you recently, and I was telling them, I was like, I wouldn't consider J Dukes a pure stand-up comic. That's just me.
Same.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I was like, but when it comes to that hosting, and they agreed, they was like, that nigga nasty. Because I've seen you, dog. I've seen you at University of Florida.
Okay.
When I was your
For
roadie.
Fist.
Yeah, I was your roadie.
Shut up, boy.
Day. But I've seen you with another influencer,
Yeah.
and you're just where you were at compared to where they were at. I'm like, this nigga is incredible.
Thank you, brother.
I mean,
Who's the
you know,
influencer?
I'm not
It's okay.
gonna say
It's okay. Let it. It's not who you. It's not who you think.
No. I ain't. I just want to know because I think people want to know. Like,
No, let me leave that out.
Yeah,
Leave
I'm
that out.
not
Let's-
gonna do it.
Yeah. Leave it out. Right? But it was a good time, man. But like I say, I pride myself on like strengthening other people and empowering other people, right? So even when those situations, when you see a like, you know, me and somebody else, it's so weird because a lot of those moments
Yeah.
that I step down from, it's kind of like, yo, do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also do this.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're saying that the energy was still offset, that's like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of gave my best stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
I get it though, bro. Because when it comes to hosting and crowds rock, like really rocking shows,
I appreciate
Talent,
it,
dog.
brother. Thank you,
Talent.
brother.
Talent.
And that's the thing.
it takes that selflessness, like of the matter, knowing that it's not about you.
Yeah.
That's what true hosts like in entertainment value and entertainmentship. Like that's key, dog.
I appreciate
and
it. dog.
I'm learning hosting now, and I'm on the flip of that.
Yeah.
When I'm on stage, it's about me. I'm trying to get these jokes off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my perspective out there. I'm figuring out it's about me. But as a host, it's the crowd.
Facts.
So that's something
look,
I have to
and,
learn.
and I'm gonna be humble right now. You said you agree. You said, would you consider yourself a stand-up comedian? And you was like, you don't see me more as stand-up comedian, but more a host. And you said you agree. Why you agree?
More hosting.
Well, you said agree when you said I don't see you as a stand-up comedian. You
press
said
him.
agreed at that point.
Press that nigga down.
Okay, no, because I've seen your ability is your skill set hosting all day. Like,
Gotcha.
And like you said, you never really owned that until you was like, okay, if
Yeah.
I'm doing this, then that's what it is. If
For
I'm
sure.
doing stand up, that's what it is.
Yeah.
If I'm doing host, I knew then when I did see you in the clubs, like I knew you was in between hosting and
Yeah.
you know.
So you saying
comedy. Like,
saying looking at stand-up and it was like, okay, cool. And then looking at hosting, you was like, oh shit.
game because
Like-
I mean you know when somebody passionate,
Yeah.
know, I just look at things differently.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll say that to say I do want to get better with like stand up, right? And I guess I also shied away from that was because I was told from a college booking standpoint, like college tours and all of that, it was like, bro, you're gonna have to do stand up because nobody's booking a host just to host. They're booking artists and comedians to actually host.
Yes,
so
sir.
you're gonna have to have another muscle to go and do all of these shows. And I was like, okay. And then when I started booking hosting gigs just to host, I felt like I was bamboozled. I was like, bro, I went and I did the improv class. I started writing these jokes, and I get on stage and it be cool, right? But when I'm doing what I love and when I'm doing what I'm great at, I'm not even using jokes. I'm not even using sets. I'm doing one-liners and rocking with the audience.
that's you being comfortable. That's
Yeah.
that's being comfortable.
Yeah.
So with your talent, like as you progress in
Yeah.
levels, you got to jump from okay, I'm good at this naturally.
Yeah.
Then I got to go and conquer something
And
else.
grind it out.
And so now you at that level where you said like it ain't host comedian. There's no like don't put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
When I'm doing this, that's what I'm doing.
I'm a beast. When I'm hosting, I'm a beast at hosting. When I'm doing stand up, I'm a beast
That's
at
what it
stand up.
is.
When I'm acting, I'm a beast at acting. So,
Facts.
man, love.
I want to ask you, what is your most impactful L that you've taken in life, and what was the lesson that you learned from it?
Most impactful L that I've taken in life. I took a lot, man. I definitely took a lot. Man, give me another question to come back.
Okay. How about this? I remember one day I called you. I can't remember what it was for.
And I apologize because you gave me this before, and I was like, just give it to me when we on the podcast.
All good.
That's it.
All good. Yeah, he did say that. But I called you one day to do something, and I think for a show maybe, and you was like, "Dawg, I'm not even in Atlanta anymore. I'm back home."
Mm-hmm.
What was that? What took you back home? And where is home?
We're home in South Carolina, right?
Okay.
So when I moved down here originally, I tried to make it work, end up getting my ass sent back home, right? So that was an experience, right? Because I was like, man, I'm in Atlanta, I'm doing my thing. But then when I got down, so I would visit Atlanta a lot, right? I would visit, they would put me on stage. Oh, coming from out of town, J Dukes, about to come to the stage. Then when I moved down here, like OD Odell was like, bro, you about to get shelved. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, because now you just an Atlanta comic. And it's a lot of them. When you would come in town, we would show you love.
See the same faces,
bro.
When
you would come in town, we would show you love. But now you here, so you one of us. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, that's not welcoming. You know what I'm saying? that's inconvenient, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up going back home and just trying to figure it out. And then just listening to family, right? Because when I was down here the first time, I ended up getting a job working at Home Depot, right? Just because you got your own apartment, you by yourself, you have to get a job coming from where we come from, right? Coming from not even where we come from, but our family mindset. They don't have an entrepreneurial mindset, right? But when I went back and looked at my taxes, just doing shows and really having my back against the wall and grinding out with the shows, I ended up making more doing shows and tours than I was working at a corporate job. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I had to learn of just, you know what I'm saying? For me, it works to bet on myself and not even listen to my own family because we just don't subscribe to the same path.
And I agree with you, and I'm going to say it like this. Atlanta, for a lot of people, is a destination of many resources. Mm-hmm. And if you in the lane of entertainment in any way, this is like that mecca. So, dog going home during that time, I'm sure that ate at you, like for whatever reason. And then people who back home saying, man, just, get you, some 9 to 5 regular because they have the fear, you know what I'm saying? And they couldn't last and maintain here. Being in Atlanta and solidifying yourself is an accomplishment.
Yeah, but you got to solidify yourself, right? Though. You have to.
But look where you are now.
Man.
Look where you are now,
man.
Dog.
And bro, so we was having this conversation, right? Bro, you got to keep me posted on the time because I'll just go, right? Okay. So here we was having this conversation too. Well, no, I was actually having it with my acting coach today, right? And I just did that sketch with Rodney Perry, right? Didn't do the numbers that it was supposed to do. I don't think it even hit 300 views, right? When people out here getting 3 million. So I'm like, it ain't even hit like 300, but I was proud of it because it looked great. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the completed work, I was like, yo, like this is the direction that I'm trying to go in.
Right.
And like me and my acting coach, we agreed that when you just fall in love with the work, then the people are going to come to you.
Yes, indeed.
Right? And so that's one thing that I was super proud of, that I wasn't like before, if as a entertainer, as a content creator, when you just doing content and you want to see the numbers, like the numbers is what show you if it's hot or not.
Right.
Right? And so I wasn't disappointed in the littlest bit for a video not even getting 400 views because I was like, that looks the best of what I've done in years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now just trying to understand the process and where I'm trying to move towards when it comes to writing, producing, directing, and acting, right? So that long form sketch that was 3, minutes or so was actually the direction that I'm moving into.
Right.
So
I dig that. I dig that.
And I don't just see you as a host, dog. Like, honestly, if you wanna no. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even look at dog from an entertainment standpoint. I look at dog from a business standpoint. Like,
I'm a beast when it comes to that.
That's
bro.
why. That's
Bruh.
You know, it's a whole. It's a
I
whole
was
thing.
telling somebody that the other day. I was like, bro, like if somebody meets me as an entertainer, they would never think that I handle my own business,
Facts.
right? But if somebody have a meeting with me and talking about business, they'll be like, oh, you the host too?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Like,
I would never expect that because bro, I'm so nice when it come to both of those. Like I
Real
was
talk.
like even one of my new mentors, right? You don't get a lot of new mentors, especially at 33,
Hell no.
right? But like one of my new mentors, I was even telling him, I was like, bro, like a lot of entertainers don't know how to handle business.
They do
and
not.
I'm so like happy and I'm blessed that I have that business mind, but I'm like. I think my business mind drives my entertainment passions, right?
Go ahead.
Because you're not gonna stop my money. You feel me? So at the end of the day, if we putting together an event or whatever, and it's like, bro, the host didn't come, I'm gonna host it,
Facts.
right? I'm like, why not? I'm gonna host it, right? Well, hey man, we got this video, but the editor tripping. I'm gonna edit it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like the cameraman is on the way. Let me go to the trunk. I got my camera. You
That's
feel
what
me?
it takes, man.
Man.
I got you.
That's what it takes. That's
Let me
Nick Cannon,
get comfortable.
Nick
We gonna
Cannon
be here.
type shit right there. Real talk.
This guy.
Real talk.
You all right? You ready now?
Ask me one more time.
All right. Most impactful, or just any impactful loss that you've taken in your life, in your journey, in your career, that really shaped who you are, and the lesson that you got from it.
Yeah, I can give this one that I give a lot. So there was a comedian that always did Claflin's step shows, like whole homecoming. He would come in, do the comedy show, the step show, and the gala every year.
Wiping them out.
Right, wiping them out, getting the whole bag. So when I started growing, like even when I started in school, so when I graduated and I'm growing, this probably 2000 and I graduated 2010, right? So it's maybe 2011, like 12, 13, that I'm like, I think it's my time now, right? I graduated from Claflin, you feel me? So they gotta give me opportunity, right? So I begged the host, I begged, and they was like, all right, cool, we're gonna give you a shot. So they put my name in the conversation with the NPAC, right? So we took it to Twitter, and it was like a war. It was like J Dukes for homecoming, and then some other people was like so and so for homecoming, right? But that's all you saw: J Dukes for homecoming and so for homecoming. And I was like, and so I was like, dang, I thought that was my homie. He talking about some other dude for homecoming. Like, dang, bro, like that, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like it was enough to where I know that they saw it, right? He ended up still getting the show that year, right? I went, supported, learned, because sometimes as an entertainer, you go and you watch people, and not to steal, but to say, I would have did that differently. Yeah. Right? Like I see where he was going, but I think it would have did way better if you would have took it this way, right? And now you have something that you can do.
Or
you know
even, I like that.
But I don't think I ever say I like that.
Really?
Right? Because I feel like that would make me copy them versus saying, okay, that was cool. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm a hater. I mean, that's what it sounds like.
I think we all have inspiration from
aspirations.
No, just inspirations
okay.
From like, okay, so dog talent in a sense may be just let's put it in a comedy standpoint. Dog might have good punchlines.
Yeah.
You may be blessed to just be quick witted right out the top of the head.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we can see a reflection of something we would like in ourselves and put it in our own brand. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure. And I go to other shows when some people are studying comedy, when some people are studying like athletes. I go to shows to study hosts. Right? I might not even be interested in the acts, but I'm watching how did they introduce that person? How did they tie it in? How did they open the show? How did they close the show? That's what I'm watching. Right? So I still went to the show to study. Right? On Twitter, I tell this guy, I say, bro, great job tonight after the show, or maybe the next day. Great job tonight. I got next, right? On Twitter, got my number. Could have called me, could have texted me. On Twitter, he says, you'll host Claflin Step Show when I die.
Wow.
No lie.
Beef. Big shots.
Pow, pow, pow. Right? Like so I took that as an L, right? I was like, okay, I'm not working hard enough, because if I was meant to host it, it wouldn't have been a back and forth conversation. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a, yo, like, Jake Duke's doing this thing, let him do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I didn't use that as, you see how disrespectful he is? And then y'all gonna let him do me like that? I gotta host a show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't use it. I just said, okay, cool. I'm gonna take it, right? Yeah. I told one of my pro fights and was like, he was like, what you want to do? And I was like, it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But so I just work. Next year, I didn't care if I had to host the show for free. Mm-hmm. I was going to host that show. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So next year I end up getting the show, and I put on one of my personal best and most loved shows to date. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted it that bad. It's my alumni. You know what I'm saying? And I think today I am the only alumnus that has been invited back to host the biggest event of homecoming.
Nice.
So
that would have been this year as well, right?
So one more time.
That would have been this year as well, you hosting, but Corona, right?
Yeah,
okay.
More than likely.
Okay,
more than likely, right? But even when I hosted like 2 years or whatever, I think they still brought him back and ended up bringing me back. But at least it put me in like the rotation and not having somebody, controlling your home. You know what I mean?
And staking claim to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that that it transpired like that, and even to this day, we had a conversation. We cool, you know what I'm saying? But it's something that I held on to for a long time, because I'm just like, bro, don't you ain't gonna do me like that, you know what I'm saying? But it made me go, okay, cool, I gotta want it, and I'm gonna have to go get it. You know what I mean?
True example. If you want anything, like you said, like that competitive edge in you to say you got next and then it be laughed at, that instilled that drive, dog. And honestly, like, for sure, you able to see your real potential through that. Sure. So.
And I'll tell you, and just thinking back, I think maybe another thing that I learned is making sure you stack your experience, right? So that you I thought that was guilt from Goody Mob. So that you, for the whole time I was like, man, I hope we end this so I go meet Guilt. But okay, we good now. I'm settled in. All right. But I learned, make sure you stack your experience so that you have something to speak from. Right? Now
right there.
Nah, for sure, right? Because a lot of times people only want to go and do work when there's a bag attached to it. Yeah. Right? But do you have enough experience to know that you're not gonna waste my money?
Another gem right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you really have enough experience to know you're not gonna waste my money? Like you with managing artists, right? Who have you managed before? How did that work for you? Right?
Right.
And then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, even in your situation with doing comedy and putting together events and promoting and all of that, how did that work for you? Yeah. And sometimes that bag might not be there, but you know that I have the formula to make it happen.
That's facts.
You feel me? And so a lot of times I say I don't do it for the credit, but I do it for the credits. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So if you look at it on paper, and you really look at who Jay Dukes is, like, even if I might not brag about it, if I do have to run it down,
you got the credentials, baby.
It's a real situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so
pop that shit.
So early on, some of those shows I might have been doing for $250, less than $500, some of them for free. Yeah. But what I did, and this is a gem, and a tidbit for every other entertainer, comedian, host, whatever. I made a list of all of my shows. I didn't have a video reel at the time, right? I made a list. And so now when you have a list of 15 to 20 colleges that I'm telling you to reach out to, you might not, but I hosted this show, and I got the cities and the dates, right? Mm-hmm. So you can know that when you look at that list, I'm not just some local dude that the school show love to because I done paid them $80,000 over 4 years, right? Like, nah, I reached outside of my area and I'm still hosting these shows, and you see the repeat shows on there too. So I used to hashtag the Repeat King, and that wasn't from like sympathy. I was good enough to go back to the school, do not the same show, but alter it to where they still feel like I gave them something fresh. Because that's one thing that I do not like. When hosts go to a show, go to a school, come back to the same school and do the exact same show. I hate that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always challenge myself to come up with something different format, different order, or something to make them go, yo, he ain't told that joke before, or he ain't do that set before. Yeah. Like, dog, that's dope. So I want to see what he's going to do that's going to be different than last time. And so people will come back to your shows to check for that, right? Because if you're giving them the same show, why are they? I done saw this dude 3 years in a row. Right. Same show. Yeah. I know he going to play this song after this act.
You see that a lot.
And I refuse to be that guy.
I see it in stand up where guys that when I first started 10 years ago in LA, they come to Atlanta and do the same joke that I seen them do in LA, and I'm like, bruh, you ain't switching nothing.
But one thing to trump that, I'm saying, if you go to Claflin, do a show, come back to Claflin this next year, do the same event with the same show. Yeah. It's like, bruh, like nobody cares. Y'all still laughing at the same and then even people would talk about it. At that point. Pity laugh, and people were like, man, he did that last year, but I like him. He cool. Yeah. I ain't never want to be that guy. So that got me a couple of different gigs. I believe I end up, and I always say this, ain't nobody checked it, but I believe I broke the record at Alabama A&M because I got booked 6 consecutive semesters in a row.
Semesters,
not years in a row.
That's
so that's 3 years straight, and then I think I might have took a semester off, but then that next year still got booked. That next year still got booked, like still to this day. But it started with a boom, 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 boom. This dude is awesome.
Yeah,
so
that's dope.
While you saying that, let's talk about how critical relationships are in the business.
Very critical, right? It's very critical in the business, and it's very critical in the special niche that I have thrived in, right? With college bookings, like I'm in a group meet right now with 75 to 100 vice presidents and advisors over HBCUs, right now. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, those relationships came from actually caring about more than just the bag, right? And I say that because it's a conference called NASAP, National Association of Student Affairs Professionals, right? And I went to this conference maybe 3-4 years ago, and I volunteered, right? I just volunteered, right? I want to come and I want to host your talent show, whatever, but I'm here. Right. So if you need somebody, then I would love to just hold the mic and just facilitate it. Right. But even though it's a conference, I'm not going to dumb down my performance. They still going to get a performance. Right. And then next year, they was like, oh, yeah, you hosting the talent show. Right. OK, great. Right. What you need? Nothing. I don't need nothing. Right. Because what I'm getting out from y'all is way more because I don't know how to say it in a correct way, but somebody talked about delayed gratification. Right. And a lot of times those relationships going to take you way longer than let's just say this, right? If I give you a check, you say thank you, you go on about your way. Right? If I don't give you a check, in their mind, it's still like I got to do something for this dude, right? I got to, right?
And stay on their frontal.
I got to do something for this dude. And so if you're doing that 2-3 years in a row, like, bro, I don't need nothing. I'm good, right? They like, okay, I just want to see him win. I want to see him be successful, right? So when I went and I volunteered, like in a sense, I thought I was jokingly volunteering because I was still Jake Dukes at that point, right? This was 4 years ago where I was like popping. We got YouTube views going crazy with like the little series we did and all of that, so everything going nuts, right? And so I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm here to volunteer, and they're like, okay, cool. You need to take that box to that hall. And I'm like, wow. Oh.
Real volunteer.
Okay. Right? But I wasn't like, man, I got to be joking. I was like, no, cool. Took the box, walked it half of a mile down the road to their hall. Right? But I think they were testing me and pledging me in a sense. Like if this dude say he volunteered me, we're going to see if he really volunteered. And I really volunteered. Right? So now, even though we didn't have it for COVID, but I am the late night event chair. So I put together the events for the students now for the conference. You know what I'm saying? Like the late night events, right? But don't need nothing, don't ask for nothing. But just just to be able to connect with the students and let them know, yo, it's not about the bag for me. It's about making real relationships. So what would y'all like to see? What, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you can have those conversations to now, like, again, in that group me, happy birthday, how y'all doing? Like, y'all seen what happened on the news yesterday, and it's now it's just a natural, like, oh, and so now you just stay, like you say, on their frontal, on their mind. So when something does come up, yo, my students are asking for a virtual event. You know, Jay Duke's in here. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's easy. Boom. Let me hit Jay.
And then that's when you tax.
That's what pays the bills right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people won't volunteer, and that's so easy. It's so easy to volunteer and to help people and not even want nothing back, right? Because if you don't, like, if they don't give you a show that next semester, whatever, it's always gonna be in your mind. No, I can't say that.
Say it. We gotta take it out. We'll take it out. Say it. Go ahead. Be bold, brother. Be free.
I can't. I'll tell you later.
Stall him out.
Stall me out.
We're gonna have to wrap it up in a second.
I don't care.
Before
I do care. I don't want to leave.
Before we go, where can people find you?
So you can hit me on JDukes1911. Y'all have to do a lot of editing, boy. I ramble. You can have to do JDukes1911, Jay, my last name Dukes1911. On everything. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is actually J Dukes Live.
Okay. Anything that the non-viewing audience need to check for from you?
The non-viewing.
In 2021.
Just stay locked in, man. Follow my Instagram because I'm just really excited about the work that we're doing and the quality that we're producing. I'm gonna start linking up with a lot of people. Before I get out of here, though, I do want to say that y'all two are super impactful, and especially like both of y'all, man. But I'll start with Ashim. Like, just the things that you've been doing, the work that you've been doing, like from behind the scenes to just knowing how you can empower people, right? Thanks. Like, I gotta salute you, dog. Take my hat off to you because that's major. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't step behind the scenes and say, "Yo, this is what I'm good at," because everybody want a piece of the limelight, right? And so for you to know that you can be successful in this lane and ride that and actually see the success that and the work be beneficial that you've put into other people and how you pour it into other people, I don't think enough people say thank you and like look and actually notice that and notice what you do. So I salute
really
you, dog.
Appreciate that, Q-Dog.
For sure. And you, a lot of people don't know that Brandon is like a beast when it comes to this pen.
Oh my God.
Right? Insane, right? And so you definitely are walking in your calling, dog. I'll call Brandon every single day. His wife probably hate me. Like he probably thinks she cheat. She probably think he's cheating for sure. Like, bro,
pause. There's a couple people who call me. She be like, "Nigga, what's really going on?"
Like, what's really good? Is he asking you what a hole's at? Like, no. Like, but like just a beast with that pen, man, and just like understanding that certain roles that people play, it might not always be the followers, it might not always be the views, it might not always be the, hey, let me get a picture with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just how much you have empowered people, right? Not just me, but people. Because I know that you are a light and a lifeline for a lot of different people.
I appreciate that.
And I have to say thank you to you as well.
I appreciate
publicly in front of everybody. So, yeah, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love the movement. I love that we have collectively a mindset of I want to do this, so I'm doing it.
Thanks. Get it done 2021, baby.
Get it done 21.
Since we edify, I'm gonna give you this tidbit.
Hey,
bro.
Man, don't you make me cry. I'm emotional.
No, it's just I'm one of those. So, like in the process of trying to get Elville started, there was another person who was supposed to be a part, and you even said, he was like, "Oh, you got to keep you got to stay on that," right? But it's funny because I'm like, I can't afford to do that because I'm the type of person that you kind of gotta stay on top of. Mm-hmm. So I can't be on top of somebody else.
Yeah.
But when I look at you, I see someone who doesn't. Both of you, actually, someone who doesn't need anybody to tell them what to do. You know what I mean? Who don't need a life coach. Who, if this is what we're gonna do, let's figure out the logistics and let's do it. Right? I look up and the shit's already done.
That's why I say, dog, a business, like being around, dog.
Yeah.
I know the entertainment side of dog, but if you sit down with dog on just a conversation level, this dude a businessman all day. Like
I appreciate it.
Well, that's something I respect out of both you brothers, man. So
man, love, bro.
Kudos to you
brothers.
gentlemen. You know what I mean? So dog, the way that we're traditionally gonna end Lville,
okay,
is like this. If there's a idea or a theme or anything that you want to leave the world with, right? As your motto, your mantra, just what do you want to leave the world with? Closing remarks on you.
Cool. And that's easy for me. I thought it was easy, but let me put it together.
Be impeccable with your words.
I know. Hey, brother, hold on. Nah, I got it. Hold on. He go like this. All right, boom. Nobody will support you on the rise, but everybody want to claim you when you make it.
Facts.
So just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Everybody going to deny you when you're climbing. But once you get to the top of the stairs, they're going to be like, that's my man's. I always held my man down.
My man's
right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder on the climb. But once you reach that where you feel comfortable that you need to be, it's not what they say. It's where you can show your life every single day. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, story might go empty for 3-4 days because you don't think you got nothing going on. But when you got something popping, you on there every day. Yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? Me and my lady, we out here. We in Miami. We doing our thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? I just hit the mall. Like, you know that, right? So when you feel that you're to the point that you are happy operating in your space, that's when people are going to be like, man, I always knew he was going to make it.
Yep.
I always knew that, brother. He always had that it factor, right? So, again, nobody going to support you on the rise, but everybody want to claim you when you make it.
Hey, and with that, this has been episode 1 of Lville. J Deuce, I appreciate you for dropping in, my boy. Root to the Bruss. We out.
Home of the leaders, losers, and late bloomers.
Hey.
Be out. Loved it. Man.